Hey everyone, this is Jaffer with Fantasy Flight Games. I'm here to tell you a little bit about our 2012 Days of Ice and Fire event, which just went down here at the Fantasy Flight Games Event Center in Roseville, Minnesota. The event kicked off with 9 4-player tables and 2 3-player tables. We had players from all over here at the event: Illinois, Michigan, Kentucky, Iowa, Wisconsin, even New York, Massachusetts, and Canada, with every house in the Game of Thrones LCG represented.
My name is Alex Kaczynski. I'm from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada.
I'm Brian Wiz from Chicago.
I'm Clay. I played House Martell.
I'm Sean. I'm from Bloomington, Illinois.
Reside here in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
I'm Josh. I'm from Central Illinois.
Hey, I'm Paulie from Iowa. My house, Barra. It's awesome.
I had a great opening hand, great starting turn, and then faced a couple of things that kind of shut me down completely, and came in 3rd place out of the 3-person table.
The last game, I was doing okay. Started out with every unique character in my deck. We got Ballard like 3 times, so it was rough.
So far, I took 2nd place, almost 1st, but lost to Targaryen.
And I am playing Lannister Neil in the melee right now. And it is not working out, but it's tons of fun.
It's going pretty well. I got 1st, then 3rd, then 1st, which is better than I anticipated doing in the beginning. And right now it's pretty much a gamble as to whether or not I will make it to the final table. So hopefully I will.
After 3 rounds of play spanning over 7 hours, 4 players made it to the final table and were rewarded with engraved wooden house cards and an uncut sheet from the next upcoming chapter pack in the Beyond the Narrow Sea cycle. The final 4 players were Myron Mychal playing Targaryen with Heir to the Iron Throne, Matthew Lust playing Lannister with the Maester's Path and Pyromancer's Cache, Brett Stefanski playing Baratheon with the Maester's Path and Val, and Anthony Christie playing Greyjoy with Fury of the Kraken.
I had my worst start in the whole day. Like, I was at 1 or 2 power for the longest time, and I had one lucky draw where I got a tutor for Valerian, and I pulled him out on the turn that mattered, and I played out the right plot to play to make the right person first.
Primarily running it as a twist on the general Power Behind the Throne Lanny Rush that's been running around, but because of the lack of resiliency, and so I chose to run Maester's Path because of the fact that you have more Maesters available to you, so you can do more of the Citadel events.
The Black Iron Link, the Gold Link, the Valerian Steel Link, the Apprentice Caller, and the Tin Link.
Is the Apprentice Caller in there just for that added redundancy, that ability to...
Yeah, it's there to add a lot of strength, but if you win an intrigue challenge by 4 or more, you choose a type and they can't block you.
As far as today, I guess I would just say it's a lot of luck. I think melee is a lot of public relations and trying to make your move at the right time. And so I got lucky a couple games and was just able to get the cards I needed when I needed them. So I was able to pull out some power.
In the end, Anthony Christie of Maplewood, Minnesota won the night with his Greyjoy deck and was the proud winner of a copy of A Dance with Dragons, the novel, autographed by George R.R. Martin, and a new Regionals 2012 playmat.
Hi, this is Damon Stone with Fantasy Flight Games. I'm here to tell you about the 2012 Joust Tournament here in Roseville, Minnesota at Fantasy Flight Games Event Center. We had a really great house spread this year. It was pretty fantastic. All the houses were represented in really good numbers. There were 12 Stark decks, 10 Targaryen decks, 9 Martell decks, 8 Lannister decks, 7 Baratheon decks, and 5 Greyjoy decks. Out of our top 8, we had 3 Targ, 1 Greyjoy, 2 Martell, and 2 Baratheon decks. Each of the final 8 players received glossy art prints before getting into the next round of eliminations. After battling for another hour, we broke down to our final 4. Each of the players received an uncut sheet of cards for the upcoming Beyond the Narrow Seas cycle, as well as a set of engraved wooden house cards. At the end of the night, it came down to Jeremiah Duggan playing a Martell deck with the Maester's Path, and Jesse Shingen, who is playing a Targaryen deck with Heir to the Iron Throne.
My name's Jeremiah Duggan. I'm playing Martell Maesters. So, playing in the finals against Jesse, who's playing Dothraki, Heir to the Iron Throne. His deck is really capable of having some crazy turns where he plays a 2-claim plot, has the Pike Phalanx, so he's got a 3-claim challenge, and Die by the Sword and Price of War, so you'll lose 4 characters in 2 locations. So that's a situation you really want to avoid, but again, I'm playing He Calls It Thinking, I can cancel the responses, so I really just have to mitigate those turns as much as possible.
So my name is Jesse Shingen. I'm from Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm playing a Dothraki Targaryen deck. Basically, it's lots of weenies, flood the board, and put him into submission, basically. In the game ahead, I played him before. He was my only loss, so I kind of know what to expect. I'm kind of dreading it, actually. So basically, it depends. I need a good setup.
Now, the decks were very different in the way that they played. Jeremiah's deck, the Martell deck, was a more control-oriented with a heavy rush component versus the deck that Jesse Shingen was playing, which was the Targaryen deck, which was much more of a straightforward aggro deck using Dothraki to swarm the board and punch forward with a lot of heavy strength with military and a double power challenge. Really hard to hold up against, and he did really well during our preliminary rounds of Swiss. In the end, it really came down to Jeremiah's Meister control and the Conclave. When all was said and done, Jeremiah Duggan and his Martell deck took the victory. In addition to the Wooden House card and the sheet of uncut cards, Jeremiah also took home a 2012 Regionals playmat that was signed by George R.R. Martin. Scores from both the Joust and Melee were tallied, and Anthony Christie of Maplewood, Minnesota, took home top honors with the highest overall score and took the 2012 Regional Championship title, as well as winning a copy of A Game of Thrones Season 1, also signed by George R.R. Martin. We had a fantastic time at Days of Ice and Fire this year. We had representatives from every single house and a lot of great diversity in our decks. We saw amazing plays and lots of nail-biting, down-to-the-line wins. Also, we're excited to announce that we're going to be holding the World Championships for our LCG games here at the FFG Event Center in Roseville, Minnesota. Hosting the event at our home base allows us to accommodate hundreds of players, including those champions coming from outside of the United States, who will help us really make this an international World Championship experience. It's going to be exciting, and it's going to give us a unique opportunity to devote more time, more energy, provide better video experience for not just the people here, but for all of you out there. Hope to see you at the World Championships for the Living Card Game this winter, 2012. And if not, we will definitely see you for Days of Ice and Fire 2013. Thanks a lot.